Okay, here we are on the Weekly Standard. Conspiracy theorist contends Obama's fainting lady was faked. Okay. Lady Patriots.
This video shows that Barack Obama and the pregnant woman in the Rose Garden had a plan. There were several people involved, and while we were watching and listening to what he was saying, we weren't paying attention to what he was doing.
For the first time, to lift from the American people the crushing burden of unaffordable health care, to free families from the pervasive fear that
one illness, and the lady in red goes falling backwards, and he's got her.
You're okay.
The woman standing beside the pregnant woman is holding her hand, and if you notice, her other hand, her left hand, is slipped around behind her back, and you can see it on her side. Here's a close-up of the two women together. One is holding the other's hand, and you can see under the arm the left hand is around her back. Watch the woman to the right of her friend. She leans over and whispers something in her ear, which actually starts things moving. But in just a moment, you'll see some other things that'll really get your attention.
And the law works. That's why we fought so hard to pass this law, to save folks like John money.
Watch her friend. This is a close-up of the woman who has her arm around her and is still holding her hand. She looks into the audience. She communicates with someone. She even speaks to them. And then she communicates with her friend. And that's when the action begins. In just a moment, I'm going to replay that little part right here where she nudges her friend to let her know it's time. Right after that, you see the man in the back put his hand on the woman's shoulder because he's steadying her. The president turns around. Watch her friend. She never even leans over in concern for the friend who she's got her arm around and whose hand she's holding. She's very aware that this woman is fixing to go down. She's very much part of it, and she was the one who prompted it to happen. Pay close attention to her. She never looks over, and she smiles when the president turns around. The question is, why would they do this? Was it to take the attention off of the failure of Obamacare and the website with using 10-year-old technology? Was it to make people feel sorry for the president or this sick woman who needs insurance? We never know what kind of props he's going to come up with, but this is a new one.
Okay, I love how Lady Patriot described everything there, although it's not new. Okay, it actually comes from Protocol 18, number 7. Okay, and it's even under the heading Government by Fear. Although you could say, well, Mark, how is this fearful? Well, it's fearful to me because this is all a setup, and they staged it in order to sway people's minds. That's very fearful to me. And then you could say, well, they've done that forever. Well, wow, doesn't that feel good? So they've done it forever, so now it's just what? Is it okay? Is it grand? Is it happy? What is it? 7. Our ruler will always be among the people and be surrounded by a mob of apparently cautious or curious men and women who will occupy the front ranks about him. Okay? To all appearance by chance, and will restrain the ranks of the rest out of respect, as it will appear for good order. This will show an example of restraint also in others. Okay? So the rest of this is about a petitioner and a petition being handed, okay, to whoever's in charge. And in other words, forming a shield, a living shield around the ruler. Okay? Now, am I implying that Barack Obama is the ruler that this is referring to? No, I'm not. I'm showing a modus operandi of these agents of the learned elders of Zion, and I'm showing the correlation of a modern day event with the document that was brought to light in the English language back in 1905. It is also my contention that this document did not come out of thin air in 1998. They've been working, 1898. It may have been discovered at that point. If you look into this, many people believe it's a plagiarization of a French document or a French book. That's what they claim. Nevertheless, it's my opinion that this document has been being worked on ever since the Garden of Eden. Okay? And I'm just showing you a example right now of what I have witnessed as a modern day event, and I'm tying it directly to this mode of operation that's written in the protocols. So, is it a fearful thing, government by fear? Well, now many people know that that was a staged event, and they're left to wonder, what the hell's going on? And it is pretty frightening, if you ask me. Nevertheless, I'm not afraid because I know the rest of the story. But I'm sure others are quite fearful, and that's the reason I'm making this video. Hopefully, people will be able to see that there is a wonderful hope in the end, and it does have to do, this is from BibleBelievers.org, it does have to do with Jesus Christ. These people are claiming the kingdom for themselves, and lest somebody were to accuse me of being an anti-Semite, according to this document, I would direct them to Revelation 2:9, and I'm also going to include the verse itself as a mechanism to oppose any people trying to insinuate that I'm an anti-Semite. Okay, so Revelation 2:9, I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich, and I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. So there you have it. Many people think this document is directed, that this document is written from and for Jewish people, but it's my opinion that it is written from the synagogue of Satan, and its purpose is to oppress all people, and its purpose also is to fulfill their one world government through their network of B'nai B'rith, as well as which is the Freemasonic network. And I suppose I might as well go ahead and show you that right now. Okay, so you have Freemasons of California, and you have B'nai B'rith right there. So I don't know what else needs to be done there. in order to tie the two together. They are being run. Their mechanism for operation, their modus operandi, is in fact the protocols of the learned elders of Zion. B'nai B'rith and the Freemasons of the world are in fact their network to their goal, which is one worldism. Okay? I suppose I could go into that also. Beast system. Okay, and I stood upon the sand of the sea and saw a beast rise up out of the sea. Okay, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. So now you can see right now that if the name of blasphemy is on the beast's head, then that's in opposition to God Almighty. So there you go. I hope you enjoyed my video.